Literally how old people say they weep, I would weep. And it's just like, why? But God was just like, do it, or I'm gonna take it away. And I was just like,
it's gonna be loud.
girl, I seen your videos.
It's gonna be extra loud.
I'm a subscriber.
What's good? What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. Back with another one. And today we have a guest. Okay, I'm gonna let my guest introduce herself. Go ahead, girl.
Hi guys, my name is Amber Anderson. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a mom.
Okay,
I'm a wife. I'm kind of a mix of it all. But yeah.
Today we're just gonna get into a few topics. So before we do anything, make sure that you're watching this video right now. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe, comment, like, share, and stay tuned. Learning all that from yourself, you know, going through your experience. And I'm gonna speak on mine, I'm gonna let you get through yours. But how did that help you launch your business?
So, ultimately, just finding the courage to say I need to focus on me, dealing with postpartum depression, and then God just constantly being on me about starting my business. Therapy, I went and I sought out help because it's just like I need some type of outlet, something to get me back refocused. I'm so sorry. Alright, so in the midst of me going through so many transitions, getting married, or first off, finding out I was pregnant, getting engaged, getting married, having a baby, and then going through postpartum depression, that's when I knew I need some help. Like, the feelings, it was just like I would get sad out of nowhere sometimes, and I was just, literally how old people say they weep, I would weep. And it's just like, why? Like, why? Like, I'm so happy. I had a newborn, little precious little baby. Why am I sad? And so with that led me to therapy. And so with therapy, that became the most significant little highlight of that moment. And then God had already told me, like, over and over again, it's time to start your business. I was like, no, not right now. And so with therapy, my therapist actually spoke life into me about my business, and I was just like, all right, God, I hear you. And so with that, the more she kind of helped me deal with the problems I was already facing, it was just like, not everybody feels led to do therapy, especially in the church. The church doesn't make therapy seem normal.
And I love that you spoke on that, because it's like, okay, God is God, and that's it, you know, all in all, respectfully, you know, but it's just like, at a certain point, God put people in place to help in this physical world until we get to the next life. So while we're here, you know what I'm saying, there's doctors and there's people that are in place to do their job. You know, that may be their gift, their calling from God, you know, and learn that and let that help us grow. And I think that's something that I'm already private, so I don't like telling my friends, let alone a stranger, what's really, really going on with me. And it's like, I want to get to the point where I open up to like a friend group or something like that, but even that hasn't fully formed to how I manifest in my head it should be. If that makes sense. Like, I know people and people know me and friends and blah blah, but it's not like the close-knit friends that maybe I grew up during childhood or those high school that it's just different, you know? And especially being in COVID, it's like I've adapted to this isolation in a way where it's really just me and God. And maybe some few family friends here and there, but it's really just about this relationship and knowing that I can be in I speak to God in public. We outside at work, and it's like, if it's something that comes up, it's like, God, what's up? I just thought, because it's like, a lot of the times it's a lesson within the mess. That it's like, I'm trying to learn and understand about myself, but also about the scenario. You know, it's probably bigger than you, and sometimes it's not even for you. Like you said, the business, and I think you're experiencing a therapy side of it, like, you're going to therapy, you're having your life spoken into you from another female. It's like, I want this for your daughter, but also for the people that you know in this world who are struggling. You know, going through life, even if they do know God, even if they don't know God, it may be even worse because they don't have that hope, that outlet, that reassurance that they may need, or that love that they may need in their life. Amen. But
yeah, that was my main thing of starting it too, is God, everything everything I have ever been through, God has always told me it's not just for you.
Yeah.
Like the things I go through is not just for me. And when I had Harmony, I had a daughter, I'm just like, okay, so maybe it's to prevent her from going through things. But God was just constantly reminding me over and over again, it's bigger than you. It's more than you.
Yeah.
And I say it each and every time I am on live, each and every time I make a video. If it touched one person, if it only touches one person,
and I did what I was supposed to be doing. That's it.
That's it. That's all. No more words need to be spoken. Like, that's everything to me. And like you said, like, for me, my friend group always hasn't looked like what I wanted it to look like, especially when I lost friends. That, to me, was like the biggest heartbreak ever. Like, that was just so much for me. It's just losing friends, losing people who came into my life. Like, that was just so much for me. But then God reassured me that the people would come, especially when I pray
for
the right people at the right time too. Because just because they may be the right person that I need in my life, I may not necessarily be ready for them. And that just, some people apply that to just relationships, but that goes for friends. And I've learned that as I've grown, like internally, my personal growth, as I continue to grow, that's when God has been moving more and more people into my life and moving me into other people's life. It's just like I learned how to make myself available, and that is like the basis of my business, is trying to make myself available to be present. And with the business, I've learned that not all the time it's when we're comfortable. Like, so starting my business, I was not in a comfortable stage at all. I was in the most uncomfortable stage. But God was just like, do it, or take it away. And I was just like, all right then, I don't want you to take it away. So I started, and it has blessed my soul tremendously. Like, the amount of people that I get, like, I may not always see the feedback, and everything that I want. Like, I may not get all the views that I want. I may not get all the responses I want. I may not get all the sales. Like, we have merchandise. I may only get 1, 2 t-shirts for sale sometimes, and it's just like, Lord, you said I was gonna prosper in this,
now,
but I'm not.
Now, where's my return on my investment?
Where's my return at? But when one person just says, wow, that live blessed me, or wow, like, I love what you're doing, even that, like, I love what you're doing, that makes me keep going. Like, it's like, it solidifies, like, this is what you're meant to do. And I just, like, the business has literally become my outlet. Like, when I'm able to have a conversation with another woman who says, hey, I've been there, I've experienced that, or like, I know where you are. And even, especially when people are further advanced than I am, it's just like, I've been there, so I know how you feel. It's like, you impart that into me, and it uplifts me. And then somebody else will come to me like, I'm struggling with this. She just imparted that in me, and it's lifted me. Like, now I can push that, and I can give it to you, and it's just an ever-flowing connection through like-minded women. And even strangers. Like, I come across a lot of girls that I don't even know. Like, I don't know them from nobody in the world. Literally. And just for, like, when strangers do it, that's when I know, like, okay,
I got it.
This it. All right, here's my return. Okay, thank you, God, for that. So I've been, like, extremely blessed. It's not where I want it to be right now, but I know that I have to keep pushing myself. Even in my worst moments, like, I have to keep pushing. And it was to the point where I was just like, I'm about to stop this. Like, mentally, I need to stop. Like, I need to stop. But as long as I find some sunlight, some motivation, some encouragement in what I'm doing, and I know that it has, at least, like I said, one person, if it has some impact on just one person, I know I need to keep going. Yes.